Hi everybody, this week on ANN News Kids, we'll be talking about Simone Biles withdrawing from most of the Olympic races, the mystery behind the drone attacks, Russia's failure to produce promised coronavirus vaccines, and China's new coronavirus outbreak. The country of the week is Pakistan, and Vriti Shah once again was the first to guess it. Congratulations! The Extra Fun segment is all about fun facts from around the world, and we are talking to Jerome Bigara, a professional business coach in Mauritius, in the Pietro Career segment. I hope you like, subscribe, share, and comment below for your answers in the country of the week, because we are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year. Thank you. The four-time Olympic gold medal gymnast Simone Biles withdrew from the Olympic finals, the vault, and the uneven bars because she wants to focus on her mental health. Before she withdrew, she got the lowest score she ever received on the vault. She is yet to decide if she will participate in the balance beam and the floor routine, but she will still come and support her fellow teammates. This Tokyo Olympics, she won a silver medal, making it her 30th Olympic and World Championship medal. Israel accused Iran of being behind the drone attack on an oil tanker where two people died, a Romanian and a British person. The tanker was managed by an Israeli-led firm, and Israel said that Iran was now a global problem and they could not keep silent anymore. Multiple drones were involved in this attack, but it's unsure how many. The UK government is also desperately trying to establish facts right now. Many countries around the world are frustrated with Russia's failure to produce the Sputnik V vaccines. Guatemala had reserved millions of doses and had also paid in advance, and still not even half of the vaccines that they had ordered have arrived. Iran, who was hit quite badly, had only received a fraction of their 60 million reserved vaccines. Despite Russia's ambitious plan to spread Sputnik V around the world, it's failing to produce these vaccines for its own citizens as well. There is a new COVID outbreak in Nanjing in China. It's the worst since Wuhan's outbreak, and more than 200 people have been infected since it was detected in one of the busiest airports in the city on July 20th. All flights in Nanjing have been cancelled until August 11th, according to the local media. The virus has already spread to 13 cities, including Chengdu and Beijing, its capital. Officials are saying that the Delta virus is behind this outbreak, and vaccinations have increased in China since these cases were found. More deaths have also come due to this outbreak.
Could you just start by introducing yourself?
Sure. So I'm Jerome. I was born in Mauritius, and then I left at the age of 18. And I'm an old man right now, so I'm 53. So I've been outside of Mauritius for 35 years. I live in different countries. So right now I'm based out of London in the UK. So what I do is I follow my purpose in life, which is to learn and inspire others to learn. So I'm very, very, very fortunate to work as a business coach and consultant. So these days, what I do is I help large companies execute their strategy. So this is what I do on a day in, day out basis. So I work with senior leaders mostly, and I help them by listening to them and advising them.
Wow, thank you. And can you explain a little more about what you do in more detail?
Yeah, so you have to think about large organizations that have got a strategy. So there's a difference between having a strategy and then executing the strategy. So what I do is help them translate the strategy into actions, into execution. So a lot of time in organizations, there will be things like resistance to change. People don't want to change. So I get in there and I'll help the leaders, for example, lead talented men and women in times of change. So for example.
Wow. And were you always in this sector, or what brought you to this sector, if you know?
Well, that's a great question. So I started my career as a consultant. So I started in that field. The interesting thing is that when you work as a consultant, you spend a lot of time at your clients advising them, but then you don't get the opportunity to actually execute yourself. So what happened was that after a couple of years of being a consultant, I went into industry. So I started going to work for clients of mine. So I work with large organizations like General Electric, which is a very, very big American company. So where I actually was able to roll up my sleeves and actually get to execute myself. But after a while, I decided that I would be better off working for myself because, as I mentioned in my introduction, my purpose in life is to learn and inspire others to learn. And I'm very, very fortunate because week in, week out, I can actually work with many different clients around the world, and I get to learn a lot. And in the process as well, inspire others to learn. So my background, therefore, is in management consulting. And then I went into industry, and then I went back to consulting, which is my first love.
Wow, that's amazing. And what do you enjoy the most about consulting other than learning and meeting different people?
So the as a consultant, you're very privileged to have access to very senior people. And it's a very lonely place. You know, when you are the CEO of a company or you are the head of a function, there's not a lot of people that you can talk to that are going to listen to you and play the devil's advocate, act as a sounding board with no vested interest. So I get access to very influential people. And if you, the beauty of it is that I know that the work I do helps having impact. So if you take any newspaper around the world, you open the newspaper, there's most likely a company there that I've been working with. And it's about, you know, making the world a better place and having a real impact on people's lives and organizations as well. So it's very tangible in many, many ways. So I love that.
Wow. And how has COVID-19 affected what you do?
Now, it's very interesting because, by the way, this is a great question. COVID is a pandemic, as you know, and it's probably a one in a lifetime event. I'm 53 and I never had to live through a pandemic, and hopefully this is the last pandemic, although the writing is on the wall. Unfortunately, we may have to live through more pandemics. So in terms of my work, the pandemic has impacted both positively and negatively some of my clients. So I've got clients that where, for example, they are in headsets, they make headsets, and as you can imagine, a lot of people are now working from home and they need headsets. So their business has been booming. Amazing. And then I've got other clients like in the hospitality industry. So they are hotels, they run hotels, and their numbers are down by 90%. So a lot of those clients are, you know, are either impacted positively or negatively. Now, the other thing as well is that I think what the pandemic has taught us is that the importance of agility, learning agility. So you need to reinvent yourself. I've been doing a lot of my work virtually, whereas before COVID, I used to travel week in, week out. And here I am, working virtually with a virtual background, although this one is real. So it's amazing how COVID has impacted people. The other thing I would say is that it also has impacted the mental health of people. A lot of people are there. The longer the pandemic lasts, the more there are people with mental health issues. So I'll give you an interesting statistic. In the UK, where I'm based, in London, the government spends 3 times more on physical health than mental health. Wow. So, and yet there are many mental health issues coming our way, like depression and people really struggling. So I get to work very closely with all those issues as well. So long answer to your question, but the COVID has changed many things, positively for some, negatively for others.
Wow. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, that's very relatable as well.
Thank you. And what is your advice to kids?
First of all, I would say that learning is, and I've always been open to learning. So one of the challenges when you are growing up is often you want to be a grown up before you've actually been a kid. And I think it's important to go through all those stages in life, as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult, as a mature adult. And I would advise any kid to actually keep being open to learning, open to be challenged, open to any opportunities to actually better oneself. Because I believe that as we go through life, we are iterating on ourselves. And hopefully as we go older and older and older, we become a better version of ourselves. So my advice is stay open to learning, because it's truly a sign of intelligence.
Thank you so much.
That was wonderful.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time as well. And the interview went really well. We hope you enjoyed it too.
Great. And kudos to you. Congratulations. I think I will be watching some of your YouTube postings after this interview. So thank you for having me, and keep up the great work. I'm very impressed by both of you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Pakistan est un pays d'Asie du Sud. Sa capitale est Islamabad et sa population est de 216,8 millions d'habitants. Il est connu pour la 2e plus haute montagne du monde, les 2e plus grandes mines de sel du monde, la production de plus de moitié des ballons de football du monde, et le plus grand port en eau profonde du monde. Le Pakistanaise Malala Yousafzai est la plus jeune lauréate de la prix Nobel pour avoir parlé de la situation de l'éducation des filles en Pakistan, même après avoir été abattu par les talibans à l'âge de 15. Merci. Hi everybody, this week on ANN News Kids, we'll be talking about a few fun facts from around the world, and I hope you enjoy. Did you know that 90% of the world's population lives above the equator? Finland has more saunas than cars. 60% of the world's lakes, 3 million in total, are located in Canada. There's a city named Rome in 6 out of 7 continents. Strawberries are not berries, but bananas actually are. Did you know that jellyfish have been around since before dinosaurs, and that some jellyfish are immortal? An ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain. In their lifetime, an average person walks about 5 times around the earth. Bats are the only mammal that can fly. The teddy bear is named after President Theodore Roosevelt because he refused to shoot a captured brown bear. A stuffed toy maker then made a bear and named it Teddy Bear after him. Each year, 16 million thunderstorms happen around the world, and at any given point, there are about 2,000 thunderstorms taking place. Sweden has 267,570 islands, the most that any country has. I really hope you enjoyed these facts and stay tuned for next week's video.